Hello, children. A very good morning to everyone. Once again, I welcome back to your physics class. Hope all of you are doing good at your home. We have already completed our two lessons. One lesson is completed with its question answers part. Today we will discuss the question answer part of our lesson 2. Hope all of you have understood both the lessons. So, when you will get your notebooks, please write the question answers there. So, it will be helpful for you to read during your examination. We don't know when your exam will be held, but still, I request everyone to read at your home. Okay, children? So, before discussing this question answer part, I would like you to revise about this lesson in short. So, your lesson 2 is about your physical quantities and measurements. Here we have discussed Archimedes principles and law of flotation. Okay, more about law of flotation is given in your book with so many examples for your better understanding. Hope all of you have understood it properly. At first, we have found the volume of an irregular solid by two processes. One, by doing your Eureka can process where you have to put the object inside it where one sprout is present in that beaker so that you have collected the water in another beaker and you are measuring its volume. And another method is by using your measuring cylinder. When you are putting that object inside the liquid, its volume level increased. So, by subtracting your initial volume from your final volume, you are getting the volume of an irregular solid. These are two methods which you are following for calculating volume of an irregular solid. Then we have observed that every material is different in densities. They have different densities. Okay, children? Those materials have more density, they have more upthrust. So, what is our upthrust? This is the upward force which is exerted by the liquid upon all the objects. And our upthrust depends upon three quantities. One is your volume of the object, second is the density of the liquid, third one is your acceleration due to gravity. So, children, we have observed that if the volume of the object is more, then more upthrust can be applied on it so it can float easily. For that reason, a wood piece can float on the liquid whereas a pin is sinking in the liquid because volume of our wood piece is more. Then, children, we have learnt about our Archimedes principle. Archimedes principle is telling us when a body is completely or partially immersed in a fluid, it experiences a loss of weight. This loss in weight is equal to the weight of the fluid displaced by the immersed part of the body. So, this thing we have discussed. When we are putting any object inside the liquid, we are feeling that its weight is reduced. The amount of water displaced by the object is the loss of weight. Then you have learned the law of flotation. It states if the density of the object is less than that of the fluid, the object floats, otherwise it will sink. Okay, children. Regarding this law of flotation, we have seen how our ships can float on the river water, the mechanism of flotation of fish, these things we have discussed. And always remember, children, an object immersed in a liquid is acted upon by two forces. One is the weight of the object, another one is the buoyant force of the liquid. Okay, children, this is the summary part of our lesson. Hope you all of you have understood. Let us discuss the question answer part. Today we will try to finish the bit question answers and next class we will go to our question answers part. First question is, in order to find the density of a substance, which of the following quantities should known? So first is their volume, second is given mass, third one is both mass and volume, fourth one is either mass and volume. So our answer will be both mass and volume. Because to find out density we need mass and volume, because density will be mass by volume. Which of the following is used to measure the density of irregular object? That is our eureka cylinder, eureka can, measuring cylinder. Okay children, our answer will be both eureka can and measuring cylinder. Question number 3. If the buoyant force of a liquid acting on an object placed in it is greater than the gravitational force acting on it, the object will be floats on the liquid. If upward force will be more, then object will be floating position. The upthrust on a body immersed in a liquid depends on the surface area of the body and the density of the body. Then our question number 5. The upthrust on a piece of wood held under water will be less than the weight of the wood piece, more than the weight of the wood piece, 0 or less than 0. So children, it will be our more than the weight of the wood piece. When a ship goes from sea water to river water, it displaces more water to change the upthrust on it. Then our fill in the blanks part. The upward force exerted by a liquid on an object immersed in it is called upthrust. All of you understood about it? Okay children? Mass per unit dash is called the dash. This is easy one, that is our mass per unit volume is called density. Larger the volume of a body immersed in a liquid, the dash is the upthrust. Answer will be our greater. When the weight of a body is less than that of a liquid displaced by it, the body will float. Okay children, this is about our law of flotation. We have learned the 3 cases. From there this question is given. When the weight of a body is greater than that of a liquid displaced by it, the body will sink. State if the following statements are true or false. Correct the false statements. A bucket filled with water feels heavier when it emerges above the surface of water. Okay children, this is our true statement. A stone immersed in water is more difficult to lift than when it is in the air. It is false statement. The answer will be less difficult. A ship made of iron floats. It is true statement. Archimedes' principle is applicable on liquids only. It will be false. Answer is both liquids and gases, so answer will be fluids. Then our match the columns. Object floats. When the object will float children? When the density of the object is less than that of the fluid. Okay, as I have already told, when you will compare the density of two objects, if one is less than another, then the first one will be float on the another object or another liquid. When the object will sink children? When the density of the object is greater than that of the fluid. Density of ice is slightly less than our sea water. Then apparent weight, this is what? Weight of an object in a liquid. So what is the formula for apparent weight children? I have already discussed. That is our total weight or actual weight minus upthrust. Okay children, so whatever upward force is exerted on the object by the liquid, if you will subtract that one from your original weight, then you will get your apparent weight of the object. As upthrust is there in liquid, for that reason you are feeling easy to take any object inside the liquid. Next, pick the odd one out and give scientific reasons for your answer. Iron nail, iron ship, fish and iceberg. Our answer is iron nail. because iron nail will sink in water where others can float. Gravitational force, buoyant force, electromagnetic force, upthrust. Which one, children, odd one out? That is our electromagnetic force. Because gravitational force, buoyant force, upthrust, all are related to our Archimedes principle or law of flotation. But electromagnetic force is different from other three forces. Then we will discuss the one word or one statement question answer. Name a liquid metal which is heavier than solid silver. What is its answer, children? Very easy. That is our mercury. Mercury is a liquid metal, but still it is heavier than our solid silver. For that reason, as mercury is heavier and its density is more, many objects can float above the mercury. What is the other name of displacement vessel? It is you, all of you know, that is our Eureka can. Then, name the two factors that affect the buoyant force. Already I have discussed about it. You write volume of the object and density of the liquid. Okay, children, these are the two factors on which buoyant force affect. Means if volume of the object will more, then more upthrust or more buoyant force. If volume of the object will less, then less upthrust or less buoyant force. If density of the liquid will also more, then its upthrust will also more. But if the density of the liquid will less, upthrust will be less. Name the force exerted in the upward direction by a liquid when a body is immersed in it. That is our buoyant force or upthrust. What is the direction of force due to gravity acting on the body? The direction of force due to gravity is our downward. Okay, children, this is all of you know. Gravitational force always acting toward downward direction, whereas upthrust always acting towards your upward direction. Name a liquid in which a solid iron ball can float. That is our mercury, because mercury density is more than the density of our solid iron ball. Then what is the weight of a floating body? Okay, it is always less than the density of the liquid, because if the weight of the floating body will be more, then it will sink, but if it is less than the liquid, then it can float. Name the phenomenon due to which weight of the body decreases when it is immersed in liquid or gas. The phenomenon is buoyancy. If which force is asking, then you write it is buoyant force or upthrust. Name a gas which is used in balloons, it rises up in the air. Helium, because helium is lighter gas. For that reason, balloons can rises up in the air. Okay, children, these all are about your beat question answers. Please note it down in your notebook when you will get. Then after we will discuss about rest of question answer part. Hope all of you have understood. First, all of you write about a lesson 1 question answers. Complete it first. Everything write, children. Then you write your question answers of lesson 2. If you have any doubt, then please ask me so that I can clarify it. Thank you, children.